so we know. Okay, unmute me for a second. Okay, Thomas, start it off.
Welcome into Regan Corner Sports Network. The Chesterton Trojans taking on the Elkhart Lions here tonight. Saturday night action here in Chesterton with the Trojans coming in their first game of the season. The Elkhart Lions are 0-1, their second game this year. Elkhart a year ago finished the season 3-20, and they were 2-9 in the Northern Indiana Conference. They lost their first game of the season 81-41 to Northridge. And the Trojans a year ago 16-11. They were 3-4 in the Dueling Conference, led out by head coach Mark Urban, alongside my broadcast partner Josh Regan. My name is Tom Hill. We should have a good one here on tap tonight with Chesterton, obviously, deep into the season. They played a year ago. They ended up losing to Crown Point 68-36 back in March in tournament play. So they made a late run there, had a very good regular season, hoping for the same here to start off the 24-25 campaign. And then over onto the Elkhart side, led out by head coach William Cody, obviously hoping for better results than they got last year. 3-20, you just want to go up from that. Obviously, that's not ideal throughout the course of the season when the losses start to pile up. But new slate, just one game in, and for Chesterton, this is the first game for them in this season. So, it's going to be big for both of these teams to set the tone. Game here tonight in Chesterton. So obviously a home game for the Trojans, and it's big for them to try to pick up their first win in their home court. But also big for Elkhart to get back to 500. Even though it's only the second game this season, you want to get to 500. You want to play better basketball defensively than they did against Northridge on the 27th, a game where they allowed 81 points and a 40-point loss. So hoping for better results here tonight. And why don't we take a look at the T-Mobile starting five for the Chesterton Trojans? Tobias Ray, Logan Pokerney, Jalen Watts, Caden Schneider, and Anthony Gonzalez round out the five for Chesterton. So that's the lineup that head coach Urban will send out here tonight in the season opener for the Trojans. And obviously coming off a very successful campaign, so hoping to just keep that going here this year. Obviously, the season is very early. They haven't played a game yet, but nothing is more important than starting off with a win, and a win against the team in Elkhart that has obviously struggled over the course of the last calendar year. And, some players that you could maybe point towards, looking out for at least over the course of this season would be, Mickey Gilbert and Javon Parker, and just some other players to maybe keep an eye on as this season progresses for the Lions. Obviously, 2-9, competing in the Northern Indiana Conference a year ago. But if you're Elkhart, you want to try to get this win here, and more importantly, first win of the year in your second game potentially, and also play tough. Play smart, play physical. Defensive minded. Try to get that steal, try to create that extra possession, try to force the hand of these Chesterton players and see if you can maybe take the momentum away from them in a game and maybe try to control it on your end. Obviously, it's going to be a lot easier said than done, but if they're able to do just that, then they might keep this game close. They might even pull out with the victory here on the road. But moving over to the Trojans side, got to figure that they're looking to score. And they're looking to score, and they saw what Northridge did last week, and they're thinking, hey, if we could come out and go on a run here, that might be all it takes in order to get a win here tonight. And, a Trojan team that's coming off of a season which they were very successful last few seasons for for the Trojans have been pretty successful. So just keep your foot on the gas. Obviously, it's just game one, so there's no need to fret for either team. Or game two for Elkhart, game one for Chesterton. But if you could pick up a win here, these wins matter just as much as the ones later on in the season. Obviously, the later games have more implications with teams in your division, and especially if the standings are all cluttered, you want to get as many wins up there as you can, because it could be the difference of where you place, whether you win or lose, or who you win or lose to could ultimately decide your fate, or at least alter the season for you. But as of right now, as it stands, it's first game of the year for the Chesterton Trojans, and they're looking to pick up a win here at home. Elkhart looking to improve to a record of 1-1. If you're just tuned in, Tom Hill, Josh Regan here on the call, Regan Corner Sports Network here in Chesterton, Indiana. Starting five for the Trojans, if you're just tuning in, Tobias Ray, Logan Pokerning, Caden Schneider, Jalen Watts, and Anthony Gonzalez. So that'll be the lineup that head coach Mark Urban sets out in this season opener. Trojans did make a deep run. They lost to Crown Point, something I mentioned earlier on this pregame. 68-36 was the final score on March 2nd last year in tournament play, but they did beat a lot of teams to get to that point and really make a deep run in order to get to that point, despite finishing just 3-4 in the Duneland Conference. So, very successful season a year ago, but obviously for the Trojans, they're looking to improve. They're looking to, fine-tune some of the things that ailed them towards the end there as to why they lost, and just play smarter basketball. Obviously, scoring the ball at a more efficient clip is going to be something that they want to do. Coming out here with energy and aggression at home, you really want to pick up a win. You really want to pick up a win. You want to get a win in front of your home crowd. And if you're Elkhart, you want to try to almost play spoiler here tonight. And I know you don't really want to say spoiler in the beginning of a season, because you do never know what could happen each and every season. Each year, it's completely different than the next. Some years, you might see a team falter, and then other years, you might see that same team start to prosper. Or maybe there's a surprise player on one of these teams that nobody picked to really break out. And then if they do, that propels said team forward, and then it changes the landscape of their season. It changes the landscape of all the teams around it. So you don't know with this Lions team, but on the road after a 40-point loss, you got to figure, it's going to be really, really tough to try to right this ship. But if they're able to do it, December 6th against Concord, December 10th against Goshen, the 21st against Mattawan, and then the 21st again against Fort Wayne Snyder. So I have some games on the docket, does Elkhart, after this one, but they're not looking too far ahead. Looking here tonight on the road against the Chesterton Trojans. It's game two for the Lions, game one for the Chesterton Trojans, game in Chesterton. And if you're just tuned in on this pregame show, Tom Hill, Josh Regan will be on the call here on Regan Corner Sports Network. I mentioned the starting lineup for the Trojans a couple of times, but just to go over it again, led by head coach Mark Urban, starting five is Tobias Ray, Logan Pokerning, Caden Schneider, Jalen Watts, and Anthony Gonzalez. But this is the Trojan team looking to improve, and obviously, a season where you finish 5 games over and right around 500 in your division and played into March. That's a very, very admirable outcome for a team in a season, a team as talented as they are and as successful as they have been. You just want to keep it moving. You want to keep it moving. Obviously, it's a different year, and a lot of the seniors from last year, or all the seniors from last year, are now in college. So it's going to be a different team. Obviously, each of these teams are different, but moving forward, pushing forward, and keeping your foot on the gas if you're Chesterton. Brand new season, first game of the year, and the first game of the year here at home. You obviously want to pick up a win here at home, especially against an Elkhart team that really struggled defensively in their 81-41 loss to Northridge. So if the Trojans are able to get anything going offensively, they could really keep their foot on the gas, and that's something that I've pointed out as a key to this game, as a key for them to try to win it here tonight. And another thing that I've been pointing out a lot on this pregame has been just the fact that every single game is important, and every single win that you can accumulate is important, regardless of when that win comes, regardless of how early or how late it was in the season, whichever opponent it was against, whether it was a neutral game or if it was in your home court or on the road. Each win that you're able to rack up is immense. It's immense. And you want to get as many wins as you possibly can. And, it's a pretty long regular season. So if you're able to pick up those wins early on, especially against a team in Elkhart that Chesterton feels like they can beat, it just gives you some momentum moving into the next slate of games. It gives you a little bit of juice, and you almost kind of feel as if this could set the tone. And you don't want to start off on a bad foot in this 24-25 season by losing at home to this Elkhart team. And, Elkhart's a team that I've mentioned only won 3 of their 23 games a season ago. They were just 2-9 in the Northern Indiana Conference, led by head coach William Cody. Obviously, he's looking to turn things around in Elkhart and kind of bring winning basketball back to that school. But, as it stands right now, Chesterton looking to just keep the momentum going from last season, keep the momentum going with a new set of players, and see if they can build on what they did a year ago, and see if they can come out here their first game of the year and pick up a win. And, Josh and I on the call with Josh Regan. My name is Tom Hill. We'll be on the call shortly here on Regan Corner Sports Network. And game here in Chesterton, live in Indiana, producing and doing the color commentary, Josh Regan. I'm broadcasting the game remotely in New Jersey. And something that, could also be said with the Trojans, how do you have a better year than last year? And I think it just starts with some of the players. And some of these players, you look at Ray or Pokerney or Watts, and, which one of these players could really step up, and which one of these players could really, something to a point that I made on this pregame, who's going to be that next player that really takes the next step forward and changes the complexion of the team and makes them a very tough team to beat and makes them a dynamic team on both sides of the ball. It's going to be interesting to see. And even for Elkhart, which one of these players is sort of that diamond in the rough for that sneak pick that nobody really saw coming going into the season, but eventually as the season progresses and as the games start to get played, who's going to be that player? Who's going to be that player that steps up? Who's going to be that player that really takes the leap and ends up being an engine, ends up being someone that is uber reliable, from time in and time out on the offensive end, but also more importantly, the defensive end too. Which one of those players will it be? But should have a good one on tap. Chesterton, obviously, home openers. Game should be starting in about 10, 15 minutes. And that's something that, if you're the Trojans, starting at home, it's starting at home. It's making sure that you get off on that right foot and get off, to a comfortable lead. You got to figure if they get out to that 15, 20-point lead, it's going to be very tough for Elkhart to scratch and claw and try to come back in this game. And, especially with the manner in which Elkhart lost their first game, 81-41 to Northridge, the writing could really be on the wall with this visiting Lions team, where if they feel like they get down early, they might get down early and it might be too late to try to come back and scratch and claw and try to find a way to win. But obviously, head coach Cody is not looking for a repeat offense from that Northridge game. And I'm sure there are things in that game that you could pick apart as some positives, pick apart maybe some individual play that shined through. Obviously, a 40-point loss, the team effort was not anywhere near up to par, but good news is it's just one game. It was just the first game of the year, and now Chesterton playing their first game, and Elkhart playing their second. So early season action here at Chesterton. We'll see which team has the upper hand in this game.
Welcome in, folks, here at Josh Regan at Regan Sports Network and Region, the only game in town, with Tom Hill here. Tom, how's it going?
I'm good, Josh. How are you?
I'm doing great. The Irish won against their Trojans, but we're rooting for our Trojans here against Elkhart.
Yeah, expect a pretty big scoring game tonight from Chesterton. Obviously, in that first game for the Lions, losing 81-41. So the Trojans come out here, home opener, season opener, and pick up a big win. It could be of a high scoring variety.
Absolutely. As we do not own the rights to ship to Boston here, but nonetheless, we're going to get this game going. Chesterton looking to build off the last 2-3 years as this program has been on fire.
Tip-off underway, and it is won by the home Chesterton Trojans in their white and gold jerseys, moving right to left on the timeline, pressed at the top of the key, and an immediately foul is called on Elkhart. So we're going to get a quick inbound coming. Mickey Gilbert, the senior, picks up the foul. Inbound comes on the far side.
As Watts looking.
Top of the key, a lot of movement, a lot of passing we've seen here for the Trojans. Dribble handoff. Picks up his dribble at the free throw line. Swing, right wing three is off and out of bounds, but it'll retain right here with the Trojans. I believe it hit Will Cochran.
It sure did there.
Right as it got out of bounds. So the Trojans will retain. Tried to find a cutter, but now open shooter, right wing 3, rattles home. So quickly 3-0 Trojans, and immediately we see a full court press right out of the bucket. Trying to dribble by it is Gilbert. Picks up his dribble, now swing to the left wing. Elkhart looking to maybe create individually. Give, now move, popped up into the air and tipped out of bounds and almost saved by Elkhart. We're going to see who this is off of. Pokerney in a fight with it down low with Frankie Willis.
There, Tom, I liked the active hands from Logan on that one as he almost gets another end, maybe a slam jam. Thank you, ma'am, on the other end there, Tom.
You got to figure if he keeps doing that, eventually one will come. Left wing 3 is put up and in. Javis Hines is able to put one up and through. And you got to figure maybe the threes could be flying here from both teams. Is that one trading blows are both of these teams now.
Absolutely. Both teams might
Immediate
give
pressure, but Trojans looking for a 3-point shot. Down low, and it's swatted and blocked, and here comes Rue. Nifty move by Willis, and quickly Elkhart has a 5-3 lead.
Absolutely. Elkhart looking a lot better than what they showed, and Northridge so far.
Looks like this is going to stay right here as Tobias Ray ran right into his defender, but I don't think the defender had sealed positioning. So it'll stay right here with the Trojans. We're going to get an inbound coming underneath the basket. Lob it into the newly checked in Charnetgate. Jalen Watts swing around. Ray hounded. Now over to the right wing. Ball movement. Watts at the left wing. Still moving the rock around, looking to set up a free shooter. Watts full head of steam. Scoop layup. No good. But a foul is called, so he'll hit the free throw line and look to pick up the points to tie us at 5. The foul will be called down low on Samarcus Gibson. So Watts with an opportunity to tie us here.
There, Tom, it looked like Watts almost could have made that finish a little bit easier than what it was. Still got fouled, nonetheless.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. And had he made that shot, it would have been a very, very high degree of difficulty. Tough-looking shot. He can't hit the second free throw, so just a 1-for-2 trip. 5-4 Lion lead. Give up, swing into the left corner. Lions pushing the pace around. Back out to the top of the key. That three-pointer up, no good. Frank Willis tried to put it in, could not. So here come the Trojans up ahead the other way. Over to Watts, swing, left corner. And that is up and through. 3-pointer by Logan Pokerney. And the Trojans take the lead. Bodies collide, hit the deck. Gibson went up and down with it, so it will go the other way. Traveling violation. We played about 3 minutes here in quarter number 1. Tom Hill, Josh Regan here on the call. Both these teams trading blows here. You got to give a lot of credit, Josh, to Elkhart for staying in it so far.
Absolutely. But with Pokerney drilling the threes as much as he is, I don't know how long they will.
Swing it to the left corner. Crash. Dribble penetration. Now a deep 2-point shot is up. No good. Offensive rebound. Layup no good. Tipped around. Trojans win it. And they'll take over with some full head of steam. Ball loose. I believe a foul is going to be called away from the play. I think they might get Cochran on his second. Mickey Gilbert was also in the fray. So we're going to get an inbound coming on the far side. Really swinging the rock around. A deep 3-point attempt from Ray is up and through. Tobias Ray from about 27 feet out. And Chesterton, with their biggest lead of the night, they lead it by 5.
Absolutely, as a bullseye for Ray there.
Now let's see if they lock in here defensively. Did see a couple of shots early in this quarter from Elkhart, but since then, not a ton brewing on the offensive end. Nice nifty move and forcing the contact was Willis. So free throw will come for him. It was a slew of white and gold jerseys down low in the paint. So a chance for Willis to scratch and claw and pick up 2 points at the line.
Absolutely.
Chesterton was 10-6 a year ago at home, 5-4 on the road. So pretty consistent team through and through. Blake Jones checks in for Elkhart. First sign of action for him here tonight. Second free throw is up and through. So a 10-6 game as Willis splits a pair. Seen a lot of three-point attempts so far for the Trojans. That appears to be their bread and butter. Watts, another one in the right corner. That one's off. Loose ball. Who's going to get it? It's Elkhart, and they'll push the pace here. Almost losing the handle, and now a fight on the ground. And having it stolen is Pokerney, but Chesterton does get the ball back. Now back to Pokerney. Left wing three. That one's off. Rebound Elkhart. Pushing the pace. Outlet up ahead, and the pass was too far out and hit a Jones. And this will be a turnover as the Trojans will take over.
Absolutely there, Tom. As that was a quick session there as it went back and
Quick
forth.
swing of events, yeah.
As dribble handoff there.
Take the dribble handoff.
As we go.
Back to Ray. Now at the top of the key, swinging it around. Watts on a left wing three. That one's too strong. He's missed a couple. Offensive rebound. Pokerney back to Watts. Left corner three. Off. Poked around. Watts is able to get the rebound. Swing. Pokerney. Top of the key three. Off again. 3 straight misses on that possession. But Watts flies in for the offensive rebound. Layup is no good. 4 straight misses for Chesterton on that possession. And Elkhart is able to really get away with one there.
I mean, they got away with one 4 different times. Great shots there from the Cheesetown Trojans. I mean, it just, oh my, back to back to back there. Good shot,
Pass was
open
poked out of
shot.
bounds by Watts. Intended for Chandler. Chandler will inbound it on the far side for Elkhart. 10-6 Trojan lead at the 2:27 mark here in quarter number 1. Both teams haven't really found their offensive groove just yet. Pounded at the top of the key. Now the dish onto the right wing. Willis will make his move. Defense crashes and gets the steal. Coming up the other way with numbers. 2-on-1. Layup up. No good. Offensive rebound. And the putback. Rob Charnecki makes it a 6-point lead.
That was a very great hustle play by Charnitsky on that one. We're going to call his name a lot during baseball season.
I believe a foul might have been called. I'm not entirely sure who is guilty. But it looks like we're going to get an inbound coming away from the ball, so Elkhart will retain down 6. Trying to skate by Trevon Ulmer, and he loses the handle. So a physical defensive play by Malachi Ransom, forcing the turnover. And with under 2 to play, a chance for the Trojans to really pad this lead.
Absolutely, as Ransom with a great defensive stop there, making the offensive player force on a miss. On his dribble.
Gets it into Ransom. It's hounded immediately by Ulmer. Full court press, but he does blow by it, swing around. Extra pass, left wing three is up too strong. Another offensive rebound ripped away by Ransom. Pressed by Chandler, still swinging. Maybe set up a screener here. Over on the far side, right wing, now curling around, making a move, stopping, popping. Ransom, left wing three, too strong. Seen a lot of three-point attempts for the Trojans, but not a lot have fallen so far here in quarter number 1. Cross-court pass, open move. Chandler draws the contact, layup up, no good. But he draws the foul down low, and he'll have a chance to pick up the points at the line.
Absolutely there, Tom.
Looks like Tobias Ray looking to get near the scorer's table to check back in for Chesterton. Quinn Chandler's first free throw is up and through. Pokerney out, Ray in. So now 12-7, the Trojans lead them. Second free throw is up and through, so a clean trip for Chandler. Now a full court press immediately in action, looking to maybe try to force a turnover here. Ransom dribbles it past midcourt. Now skates out towards the right wing. Elliott, ball movement into the corner. Charnecki had a defender seal. Now back out to Ray, who's just checked back in. Gets a double, blows by the double, swing into the corner, over to the top of the key. Ransom three is up and through. Malachi Ransom able to put one in from downtown, and now the three starting to fly for the Trojans with 42 seconds to play here in quarter number one. Ball poked away, and it's loose up ahead to Ransom, who loses the handle, but it's corralled by Charnecki. Ransom down low, forces the contact. Bucket won't fall, but he'll have a chance to pick up the points at the line. We've seen really energetic play from Malachi Ransom off the bench for Chesterton.
Absolutely. And he was just an inch off from having the old-fashioned play there. But let's see if he can make both free throws.
Both teams have gone to the line a couple of times in this game. First free throw, no good. Last time both of these teams played each other, you got to go back to last year on November 25th, with Chesterton winning that game 72-47 in Elkhart. So different venue, but the Trojans hoping for this same or similar results. Ransom's second free throw up and through. 16-8 the score now. Willis swing. Over to Jones.
Back door there.
Backdoor cut. The dunk could not go. Clock stops at the 21-second mark. I believe a foul was called. It's almost hitting the dunk was Alonzo Newbern, but a chance for him to pick up the points here at the line. Could have been a three-point play, and you got to give Elkhart a lot of credit here, Josh. They've really stayed in this.
Absolutely, and Newbern almost with a poster on that one.
Pokerney back into the game for Chesterton with about 21 seconds left. Josh Wadowski will take a seat. 16-9 score as of right now. Second free throw from Newbern is short. Ripped away by Ray. Here come the Trojans the other way. They can hold for the final shot in this quarter. They're up 7 and haven't even shot and scored the way you could be accustomed to seeing them. But a lot of Ray here. Did get a score from Pokerney, didn't use it. Now dribbling in, dump underneath. Foul is called as the buzzers will sound. So you got to figure free throws are going to come here right as the quarter winds down. It was a nifty cut and nifty pass from Ray. So free throws will ensue. Chance for Chesterton to extend their lead to 9. First free throw is up and too short.
And Elo misses both.
Second free throw rattles out. So an empty trip from Gunnar Elo. And the clock has expired, so 16-9 the score. The Trojans lead it by 7 after 1. Tom Hill, Josh Regan, here on Regan Corner Sports Network. And, Josh, the first quarter, we saw a lot of Malachi Ransom there.
keeps you busy and you can't get to the store? Shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Back to the action, quarter number 2 getting underway. Tom Hill, Josh Regan here on the call. The Chesterton Trojans with a 16-9 lead at the end of the quarter. Here at home in their home opener, season opener against the Elkhart Lions. Lions come in 0-1. Chesterton, obviously their first game of the year, almost losing the handle was Gilbert. He gets it back. Left-hand layup, no good, but a foul is called underneath. So we've seen the Lions, really force the defensive hand for the Trojans, and got to give them a lot of credit for their aggression so far in this game, Josh.
I mean, it's just the speed of this Elkhart team. I don't know what they did against Northwood, but they're looking a lot better team tonight as Gilbert with a little nifty move there at the free throw line and missing the first.
First free throw was up and no good. Caden Schneider is the guilty party on that foul. He will check out. Tommy Cosbade will come in for the Trojans. Second free throw from Gilbert does not hit. Empty trip, so it'll stay at 16-9. Rebound pulled in by Ray. Circling around, dribble handoff. Shot up no good. It was a left wing 3 up from Ransom, who had a really good first quarter off the bench for the Chesterton. Making a move, Cochran flips it up, no good. Rebound pulled away by Watts. Here comes Chesterton the other way. Swing towards the right wing and stolen it. Intercepted. Going coast, turning defense to offense for Elkhart.
Going coast to coast there, Tom, has a little jump man layup there. Has a little pump there from
Ransom. Pick and pop, rattles out. Rebound pulled away by the Trojans, so they will have an opportunity to reset. Swing, Watts, right corner 3, another one off. Pulled away by Elkhart, so they have a chance to take this one up the other way.
Tom,
down just 5.
We got recharge Watts here as let her miss.
Yeah, right on cue there. Another one. We have seen a couple of instances where we thought some would fall. Cochran's right wing 3 is up, no good. Pulled away by Watts. Here come the Trojans the other way. Swing here to the near side at the left wing, Pokerny. Chesterton moving the ball around, moving without the ball as well. Ray gets a screen, makes a move, right-hand layup. Is no good, and he traveled before the shot could get up. So another turnover there by Chesterton. The door just a bit open for this Elkhart team to get back in it.
Absolutely, as Pokerny trying to take a European trip. Slides his feet a little too much and goes to travel land as we go into it.
We'll see if that is something that could get cleaned up here as we move along in this game. Willis tried to survey around a screen, but now has to just dish it off to Gilbert, circling around, making a move and drawing the contact. So we've seen a couple of times in this quarter, Mickey Gilbert, a little do-it-yourself. Didn't hit the free throws on the first set, but we'll go back here for 2 more and a chance to cut this deficit down to just 3 for the Lions.
Absolutely, as Gilbert just with pure speed there, driving, finishing. Let's see if he can finish this 2-point play here. First one down, 1 to go.
First one down, and it cuts the lead down to 4 for Chesterton.
And missing the second one as we go into a press here.
We've seen this did work a little bit for Elkhart, but Chesterton able to dribble out of this one and get it up ahead with space. Pokerney wide open in the left corner, and he drills the three. Logan Pokerney. It's exactly what the Trojans needed as they take care of that little mini run from Elkhart and extend that lead back up to 7.
Absolutely. Bullseye for Logan there as we go into it. Another turnover as Pokerney.
Willis errant pass coming up the other way are the Trojans coast to coast. Stops his dribble. Layup is up and through from Sharnicky. And just like that, timeout called by Will Cody as the lead now swells to 9 for the Trojans. So little early scare there, Josh, from the Lions, but here come the Trojans roaring back here as this second quarter is progressing. And they seemed like the more controlled team in that first quarter, and we're starting to see that here in the second.
Absolutely. As we go to commercial break as the only game in town.
Life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store? Shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information. Fill your virtual card.
Welcome back
to the action. Chesterton with a 9-point lead. 21-12, Tom Hill, Josh Regan here on the call. Chesterton's first game of the year. And Josh, this is a program that has really had a lot of success over the last couple of years.
Absolutely. As you're only a few years from that state trip, and you have a couple Indiana All-Stars in the previous years as Parrish going to do better things at Indy, as Simmons also playing at Marion.
Both big schools. Inbound coming here underneath after the missed shot. Dangerous pass, but it's corralled by Newbern. Czarnecki picks him up and picks up the foul as Newbern hits the deck at the free throw line. Don't know if it's of the shooting variety. It looked like it was right before his motion, so we're going to get an inbound coming here underneath. Cochran to throw it in.
Absolutely.
Feels like whenever Elkhart has any sort of momentum, Chesterton's able to answer underneath. Right-hand layup is up and through. Trayvon Umar puts it up and in. Trojans pushing now, lead cut to 7. Had a backdoor cut to Pokerney, won't take it over to Ray. Finds Pokerney, top of the key, makes his move, loses the handle. Active hands, I believe it was Umar who got in there for the steal. Now it's poked out of bounds by Chesterton, so it'll retain here with the Lions. Not a fan of the call, but we have an opportunity here for Elkhart to try to scratch and claw and make this potentially a 4-point game. Umar makes a move, swing, Willis at the right wing, thought about a 3, now he'll just settle back. Umar at the right wing, back to Cochran at the top of the key. Tried to dribble around Ray, but didn't. Swing. Dribble penetration. Gibson flips it up. No good. Gets his own rebound. Now over to the top of the key. Willis sidestep. Left wing. Bray rattles out. Was down about a quarter of the way, but Chesterton takes it up the other way. Up ahead to Watts. Back to Ray. Makes a move. Swing. Pokerney. Top of the key. 3 is nothing but net. Logan Pokerney. We've seen a couple from him so far, and that Chesterton lead is the biggest of the night. They're up 10.
Absolutely, as Logan with a rhythm shot. Speaking of a rhythm shot, as that one be off the rim as we go back to Chesterton.
Ulmer's answer, he couldn't answer. So here come the Trojans up the other way with some numbers and momentum. Czarnecki makes a move, blows by his man, scooped it up, no good, and it's an offensive foul. So it's going the other way. Rob Czarnecki looked to give the Trojans a 12-point lead, and you got to give a lot of credit. I believe it was to Trayvon Umar, who was down low and taking the charge. So we're going to get some subs in for both teams. Malachi Ransom back into the fray for Chesterton.
Absolutely. I take some credit there as Rob Czarnecki is got to be their kind of Draymond Green kind of player.
Weaving in, drawing the contact. Nifty move by Frank Willis. He has an opportunity to pick up the points at the line. We have seen, these guards for Elkhart have been very crafty, and, they're not shying away from contact and really forcing Chesterton's hand. It's kind of been a slower paced second quarter here, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, that's to Chesterton's advantage, though, because the quickness of these guards, if you keep with the running battle, it's not going to end well for Chesterton.
Especially if the free throws start coming with a little bit more efficiency.
Keeps you busy, and you can't get to the store? Shop online with Strachan Van Til.
Okay. We're back to the action with Chesterton up 24-14. Couple of minutes gone here so far in quarter number 2. First free throw from Frank Willis is up and through. Willis, the sophomore, averaged 6.3 points per game a season ago. So now a 24-15 Trojan lead. Elkhart staying in it. Second free throw, no good. So just a 9-point deficit now. 3:21 to play. Immediate pressure and smartly throwing it out of bounds was Ray.
Absolutely, as that was swarming defense as they ever seen it. Textbook there from Elkhart. TJ that's the only thing he could do in that situation.
Pressing immediately, they do get it up ahead to Ray, and he's able to dribble out of this. Swing, right wing three, rattles home.
Bullseye!
They're just letting the threes fly, our Chesterton.
Absolutely they are. When you're making them at clip as they are, why not?
Omar picks apart the defense there and settles on a mid-range and rattles it home. So able to semi-answer to cut it to 10, poked out of bounds, but it'll retain right here with the Trojans. Getting it up to Ransom. Pushing the pace down low, foul called. So Cosbate with a chance to pick up the points at the line. Paul Chandler, who just checked back into the game for Elkhart, will pick up the foul. So 27-17, a chance for Chesterton to balloon that lead even more. First free throw is up and through from Cosbate. Seeing a lot of shooting, a lot of three-point shooting for Chesterton. Early on, it was that first quarter where it felt like they weren't falling, and then eventually they started to hit with better efficacy. Free throws missed, but it's chased back by Malachi Ransom, so the Trojans will retain on this possession. You've seen them out-hustle this Elkhart team, and right on cue, Ransom right to the cup for two. 30-17 the score. We see clapping here from the Elkhart side. I believe we're going to get a technical foul called.
Absolutely, as it was that Ransom thought it was an and one, and he started kind of clapping, and just can't have that. I guess these refs thought. I mean, nonetheless, it was a tech.
We'll see if Elkhart can take advantage. First free throw does rattle home from Frank Willis. So makes it 30-18, and now the second technical free throw is too strong. Charnecki, Jalen Watts back into the game for Chesterton. As Ransom and Cosbate will take a seat, and it'll retain here with Elkhart. Inbound comes far side, right at half court. Watts presses Willis. They do get it into him. Just a 12-point deficit for Elkhart. They've been aggressive here, 2:25 to play. Finds a cutter down low, right baseline, losing the handle was Newburn. And it's stolen here by the Trojans. We'll take it up the other way. Sharneke at the top of the key makes the move, down dribble handoff. Probing in, full head of steam. Layup is up, no good, but a foul will come. So an opportunity to pick up the points at the line.
Absolutely. As TJ, great
We've really
job.
seen just this aggressive. It's been very aggressive so far for the Trojans, really both shooting the ball from downtown and also getting to the tin, as Wright couldn't connect on the first free throw. It was about halfway down. Newburn out. Samarcus Gibson back in for Elkhart. Second free throw from Ray, no good. Rebound pulled in by Elkhart, so an empty trip for Tobias Ray. So we'll see if the Lions could take advantage here. Right wing three is up from Willis. And it is no good, so the Trojans will take over. Minute 58 left to play here in this half. Getting it up ahead as Elkhart press, but dribbling past the press. Swing, right corner three, too soft. Pulled away, was off the front of the rim. Elkhart will take it up the other way. Umert looking to blow by Watts. Pressed into the right corner now by two white jerseys. Dishes it into Gibson. Flips it up, no good. Offensive rebound pulled in by Umar. Going on the taller Sharneke, can't get it to go, but Gibson able to clean it up and get the points for Elkhart. So good stick-to-itiveness there by the Lions down low, right underneath the basket. And they're able to finally convert the bucket and cut this deficit to 10, 30-20. The Trojans do lead it with a minute 33 left to play here in quarter number 2.
Life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store? Shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Back to the action, 30-20. The Trojans lead it. Tom, Bill, Josh Regan here on the call. A minute and a half to play here before halftime. Home opener, season opener for the Chesterton Trojans. A lot of three-point attempts here for the home team. Ray at the left wing, dribble it over to Sharneke. Making a move, Watts. Making a move on the right baseline. Shot is up. Bucket counts. Chance at a three-point play for Jalen Watts. So right on cue, we see that aggression again here, Josh.
Absolutely, as Watts with a possible old-fashioned here as we go.
Just feels like whenever we think the door is a bit open for Elkhart to get back in it, Chesterton is able to really shut that door with authority, and we've seen them aggressive play so far through that first quarter, definitely, and then here as the second quarter has progressed. The aggression for Elkhart has really kept them in this game, though, but errant pass stolen by Sharneke. Dribbling it around to Ray at the left wing, into Watts at the left corner. Looking for someone to develop down low. Nobody did, so they'll pass it around the far side. Making a move right baseline. Layup is up and through, no resistance. So an easy bucket there for the Trojans.
As that was an easy breezy, as almost as much as that steal. And a little showdown
here off ahead to Watts. 16-point Trojan lead. Their biggest of the night. Defense to offense for the Trojans, and now they press. Willis gets it over to Umar, makes a move. Scoop layup up, no good. Offensive rebound, Gibson. And he's able to clean it up and through. So we've seen Samarcus Gibson with 6 points here in this game for Elkhart. So the press really hasn't worked. It did work there as Elkhart's able to force the turnover. But we haven't seen it to the level that it really could be working. And you got to give a lot of credit to Chesterton's dribbling, just getting out of that and moving without the ball. And also just the way they're passing has just been so top-notch.
Absolutely, and it would have probably worked in that situation, though, but Roy just kind of speeded himself up there.
Willis just had to heave it up as the buzzer was sounding down, no good. So the score at the half, the Chesterton Trojans on top big, 37-22 here at home. You've seen a lot of scoring from Logan Pokerney. Seen threes from him. We've seen Jalen Watts has been aggressive here. And how about Malachi Ransom off the bench? This Trojan team just has looked very aggressive so far here tonight.
What do you think the keys of the game so far is, Tom?
You know, I just think the keys of the game have just been the aggressive play from the Trojans. It just feels like, we have seen this team really get out and shoot the three ball. And even though they weren't falling, early in the game, you got to figure that they were eventually going to start falling. And they have. And they have to a very high degree. We've seen them. It feels like they get out onto their sets very early, and it allows them to play a simpler brand of basketball. It feels like, one of the guards, whether it's Ray or Pokerney, will drive and crash in and, send the ball out to an open shooter after the defense overhelped. And then that open shooter could either swing it to another open shooter if they feel that they could get a better shot up, or they just take the shots themselves. And I also like the variety of the threes. We've seen some at the top of the key. We've seen some in the left and right corner. They take them at the wing. It always feels like they are trying to maximize the best shot. They're trying to get the best shot. And we've also seen them crash down low and get easy points, whether it's forcing fouls or getting layups and dunks. And we've seen this Trojan team just look to be very aggressive. You got to give a lot of credit to Elkhart, too, because their shots haven't fallen at the same clip as the Trojans, but their aggression has kind of kept them afloat, so to speak, so far through the first 16 minutes of game action. But this Trojan team, and namely Logan Pokerney, has really got it going, especially from downtown here tonight.
keeps you busy and you can't get to the store? Shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back to the action. Second half is underway. Tom Hill, Josh Regan here on the call. Chesterton up 37-22. Now moving left to right on the timeline. Pokerney, swing. Now back to Pokerney. Layup up and through. Crafty move from Logan Pokerney. Seen him a lot from downtown, now underneath. So that lead swells up to 17 right out of the gate.
Absolutely, showing his overall skills there as a nice little nifty move.
Willis over to the far side. Elkhart looking to get something growing here offensively. Picking up the dribble. Cochran makes a move. He stops, gets two on him. Back to the left wing. Really slow-moving possession here. Willis hounded by Watts at the top of the key. Cochran, a deep left wing three, rattles out, rebound pulled in by Caden Schneider. So here come the Trojans up the other way. Tobias Ray had a good first half. About a minute gone so far here in quarter number 3. Watts down low, the cutter up and through, no good. As Chernicki couldn't put it in. Layup sat right on the rim for a couple seconds, but could not get the friendly roll. Very slow-moving offense so far here for the Lions. They're going to get something up on the board. Cochran hounded, now back out to the top of the key. Gibson makes a move, swing into the right corner. But a foul will be called, I believe, down low on Samarcus Gibson, away from the ball. As he crashed in, the Chesterton player ended up absorbing the contact and stealing a possession out of that.
Absolutely. Great defense there.
Chance for the Trojans to put this one away here early. Right down low, wide open was Caden Schneider. Right underneath the basket as that lead grows even larger for the Trojans.
Absolutely.
Seen this team can score, and obviously this Elkhart team defensively against Northridge allowed 81 points. Maybe not the same pace here tonight, but Trojans have not had an issue scoring as Cochran's answer could not go in from the left wing. Now up ahead to Chernicki. Stops his dribble, swing. Here to Ray, making a move on Cochran. Maybe looking to get a screener, dish to Schneider, back to Ray. Nifty move, draws the foul on Samarcus Gibson. So a chance to pick up the points at the line and then extend this lead to over 20.
Yeah, it was a great job by Ray trying to draw that foul and get to the line here.
Seen a couple times in that first half where the Trojans at the line as the first free throw is up and through. Quinn Chandler is in. So Marcus Gibson will take a seat for Elkhart. Felt like Elkhart did go on some runs of their own in that first half, but Chesterton seemingly had an answer for everything. And the score is evident of that. So far here, a couple minutes gone in the third quarter, almost a steal on the far side. Swats almost picked his pocket out to Cochran. Top of the key, three rattles home. Will Cochran looking to get the Lions right back in it. So that'll try to chip away. Now they're just down.
Absolutely there. As we talked about runs there, Tom, as it looks like Elkhart could possibly go on one after that big three.
We'll see if they do scratch and claw and get back in this game. A lot of it was driving. We've seen a lot of Cochran here shooting the three in this quarter. Swing Gilbert makes a move. Floater on the left baseline. Too soft. Hit front iron, but it would have been a really nice-looking shot had he put it home. Outlet up ahead, right baseline. Move, layup up and through. Through contact, Jalen Watts splitting the defenders and getting the bucket. 45-25, free throw line jumper. Cochran, no. Rebound, Chernicki. Pushing the pace, Trojans up by 20, up ahead.
And one.
Scoop layup up and through, and the foul. Jalen Watts looking to put this game out of reach and extend the Trojan lead up to 23 if he's able to connect. How about Jalen Watts here tonight? You know, we knew one of these Trojan players would get going in that first half. It was Pokerney from downtown, but Jalen Watts has quietly had a very steady game both offensively and defensively as he converts the free throw three-point play, extends that Trojan lead up to almost 25 here.
Absolutely.
48-25, the largest lead of the night for the Trojans. They're really looking to put this one away. Spin move now out to Chandler on the right corner, and his three is up no good. It hit the top piece over the backboard, so the Trojans will take over.
Absolutely. Now we're going to see probably a decent-sized run here by Chesterton after those two nifty layups by Watts.
Moving the ball now down low into Schneider. Backing down two blue jerseys, losing the handle as it pokes three and stolen by Quinn Chandler. Up ahead with numbers and drawing the contact is Czarnecki. So a physical play. We've seen really sound defense here tonight for Chesterton.
Absolutely. As you know, Czarnecki is going to be down there. As if you're Elkhart, you want to see your guard come in, maybe with a layup, go strong on the opposite side.
Cross-court pass, Ray in the right corner, thought about a three, now dribbling out of it. Layup up, no good. Czarnecki offensive board. Swings it back out to Schneider, finds the cutter. Watts down low with the smaller guard on him. Bucket will not go, but a chance to pick up the points at the line for Jalen Watts.
And that's just
called on Trayvon Ulmer, who just checked in for Elkhart.
That's just an IQ play there from Jalen with that back door. Did not get the full three-point play, but nonetheless. Banks in the first.
Get the friendly roll there. 49-25 now. Gunnar Elo, Malachi Ransom back into the game for Chesterton. Got to figure they will round out the rest of quarter number 3. Logan Pokerny back into the game as well. 50-25, the lead for Chesterton, doubling up the visiting Elkhart Lions. First game of the year for the Trojans. If you're just tuning in, Tom Hill, Josh Regan here on the call, Regan Corners Sports Network. It was a close game early, and then we saw Chesterton really pull away here in this third quarter.
Absolutely.
Outscoring Elkhart 13-3 in just this quarter alone. Still a little over 3 minutes to go before the fourth. Obviously, the Trojans a year ago, 16-11, lost to Crown Point in tournament play in early March. Very successful team, successful players as well. Gibson thought about a three, now lost the handle, poked away, stolen by Pokerny. Up ahead with one man to beat, swing it back out. Right wing three rattles home. Charlie Eaton getting his first sign of playing time here tonight, and he hits his first shot and extends that lead to 28 as a timeout is called by the Lions. All Trojans here late in the third quarter at home.
Keeps you busy and you can't get to the store? Shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Back to the action. Regan Corner Sports Network. Tom Hill, Josh Regan here on the call. Chesterton up 53-25.
And a nice jump in there.
Cochran stop and pop and hitting. So Will Cochran has hit both field goals made so far this quarter from Elkhart. Just 5 points for the Lions. He has all 5 of them. A little over 2 minutes to play here. Another three is up from Eaton. No good. He gets his own board. Swing again. Pokerny top of the key. That one's too strong. Another offensive rebound for a second, but it is pulled away by Will Cochran. So the Lions will take it up the other way. Stop and pop free throw line. Jay, not even close. Air ball. And the Trojans will take over.
Yeah, Cochran trying to go again. What been kind of his recipe in this third quarter. Just missing.
He's trying to get the engine going. We saw early on in this game a lot of Frank Willis and Mickey Gilbert, some of the guards trying to force Chesterton into some fouls as Ransom's three can't hit. But, it's just been so tough for this Elkhart team to stay in it here with the Trojans. And eventually you had to figure, when those early shots weren't falling for Chesterton, it was just a matter of when, not if. And it has come eventually for the Trojans.
Absolutely. You still want to see Ransom maybe drive in that situation. So,
curling around to Marcus Gibson. Dribble handoff Cochran has had a lot of the points so far here for Elkhart. Trying to blow by his man. Now the dunk down to Willis. Finds the cutter. Umar underneath. Scoops it up. No good. Tipped around and pulled away by the Trojans. Bounce pass to Ransom is tipped out of bounds. I believe will retain right here. As Sean Elliott to push the pace for Chesterton. So Ransom the inbound underneath the basket. Elliott came crashing in, and we're going to get a timeout called by head coach Mark Urban as he wanted to avoid that 5-second violation. So the Trojans will talk things over. Waning seconds here in the third quarter. It's been all home team. The Trojans up big. Back onto the action here in Chesterton, Indiana. Tom Hill, Josh Regan here on the call. About 57 seconds left here in this third quarter. Get it out quick. Looking to put up a deep shot, but now the left-hand runner is up no good. Hung on the rim, but couldn't get it to fall, so Elkhart will take it up the other way. And a lot of disjointed possessions here offensively for the Lions. And another one right on cue, losing the handle down low, was Willis up ahead. And it's poked out of bounds. It'll retain right here with Chesterton. We've seen a quarter dominated by the home team. Chesterton outscoring Elkhart 16-5 in just this quarter alone.
Yeah,
We're up 15 going into the half, and now up to 26. Free throws coming from Gunnarillo. Josh, just speak on, what have you seen from this Trojans team that has really propelled them to this big lead?
I've seen a lot of great opportunities at the line here. And also just rhythm threes, and plus just second chance buckets. Just a bunch of bucket getters here.
We have seen that a lot. And just efficient offense, optimal offense. Second free throw, no good. Offensive rebound, though. And right on cue, that aggression still, deep in this game, up by the score you're up by, and still providing that type of intensity. That's something that head coach Mark Urban, I'm sure, is very thrilled to see, in game number 1 of this 24-25 campaign.
Yeah, first kind of quarter, you saw Chesterton being a little bit nervous, first game, jitters. Quickly, that wrapped it after a couple of threes in the second.
Peyton Tarnowski, who's getting some action here in blowout time, hit the first free throw. Second free throw is clean as well. So that lead goes up to 29. Chesterton up 56-27. Under 30 seconds to play here in quarter number 3. It'll be the Trojans' first win of the year, and they'll be 1-0. Elkhart will, in all likelihood, barring anything otherworldly, they will fall to 0-2. A season for Elkhart a year ago where they only won 3 games. It felt like there was an opportunity, where the back door might have been open for the Lions to maybe get back into it, but it felt like whenever they pushed the deficit to 6 or 8, all of a sudden the Trojans had an answer, and they ballooned that lead up to 12 or 14, and just felt like it got to be too much. Ransom's right wing 3, no good right at the buzzer, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Chesterton on top big in their home opener, season opener, 56-27. 8 minutes left to go. Another quarter of play here on Regan Corner Sports Network. Tom Hill, Josh Regan, we're back after this.
Keeps you busy and you can't get to the store? Shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Welcome back here as we are in the fourth quarter. Josh Regan and Tom Hill here. Tom, how's it going?
I'm good. We are a little less than 8 minutes away from wrapping up what in all likelihood will be the first win of this 24-25 campaign for the Chesterton Trojans boys basketball team as Willis rattles home atop of the key 3. But Josh, it's just been a team that, you touched on in this broadcast has really grown a lot over the last couple of years. And they've came out with something I said on the pregame, keep your foot on the gas. With this program, 16-11 a year ago, they went deep into tournament play. Keep your foot on the gas, and they've really done just that here in their season opener.
Absolutely. And when you have a rich history as Chesterton basketball is, it's very non-easy to have seasons where you're just kind of rebuilding.
Willis, nifty move up and through right underneath as he split the defenders. So he has 5 fourth quarter points and immediately just a little over a minute gone. Timeout called by Urban. Obviously a big lead, but he doesn't want to let anything really slip in terms of momentum moving on to the next set of games, and I can understand the whole purpose of that. But we've seen a couple different games in one where it felt like early on we were almost waiting for the shooting to come around for the Trojans, and eventually it did. Namely, Logan Pokerney hit a couple early in that first half, and we saw Malachi Ransom off the bench really provide that spark, that energy for the Trojans. And how about Jalen Watts as the third quarter went by? He was really the name in that quarter for the Trojans. And their next game comes next Saturday against South Bend St. Joseph on the road. Then they'll play Washington Township the following Friday on December 13th at home. So we'll see how those games shape out, and then The Elkhart Lions will play Concord on the 6th, Goshen on the 10th, then Mattawan on the 21st with Fort Wayne Snyder as well. So still very early, obviously, for both of these teams here in this 24-25 campaign. Down low, Caden Schneider, too strong, gets his own board. That one counts. And a chance to pick up the 3rd point at the line. Caden Schneider has been a real presence down low. Had a couple of easy buckets earlier in this game. As he followed through, picked up the points, and converts the 3-point play. And that's, one of the underrated aspects of this Trojans team, Josh, that we've seen all night from them.
I mean, absolutely. As the defensive end, and I mean, just getting to the foul line as we go here. That's Cochran missing.
Yeah, 2. Not enough there as it hit the front rim on that left corner 3. Sharnicky open in the right corner, but he traveled before hitting that 3-point attempt. So, bit of an unfortunate sequence of events.
I think they're okay there, Tom. I mean, a big lead. You want to get the senior with a nice little open shot, but
yeah, just unfortunate there. Obviously, with the score being what it is, it won't, do damage to the score, but you would have liked to hit that one, obviously.
Excuse me, guys. You want to get the junior with that nice little open shot as we go back.
Left wing 3 up, no good from Blake Jones, so the Trojans will pull this one up the other way. Outlet up ahead, it's handled and cleaned up down low by Schneider. If you're Elkhart, there are some things that you could pick apart from this game that, are some positives. Their aggression early in that first quarter, and then obviously early in the second quarter where it felt like, hey, maybe they had an opportunity to get back into the game, but it was eventually just too much. It was a nifty right-hand layup up and through by Cochran.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to look at anything, I mean, maybe pace yourself. In that first quarter, you went to the wall, and then you just didn't have anything, or work on conditioning during practice.
Down low, Schneider sealed his man and gets the friendly roll. How about Caden Schneider? Scored 7 here in this fourth quarter. Willis loses the handle and gets fouled by Jalen Watts. So an inbound will come underneath the basket. About 4:44 to play here in this game. Tommy Cospate will check in for the Trojans. Cochran to inbound. Lob it up for Jones, the left wing. Okay. Trying to maybe set up a shooter down low. Cochran will do it himself. Forces the foul. Can't hit the layup. But a foul is called on Logan Pokernese. So Cochran with the chance to pick up 2 at the line. We've seen a strong showing from Will Cochran here for Elkhart. Early on, it was a bit slow for him, but he eventually got going, scored a lot of their third quarter points, despite the rest of the team kind of struggling, obviously, here in the second half. Second free throw is up and through, so a clean trip for Cochran. Malachi Ransom back into the game for Chesterton. Circles around, now gives it up. Ball movement here. Schneider had his man sealed. They're going to try to get it right into him, and right on cue, he lays it up and in, almost like a goal line fade, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, it was just an easy peasy, lemon squeezy kind of move there as He seals his man on the back end.
Losing the handle was Simpson, but I believe we're going to get a foul call, or check that Gibson. The foul, I believe, is called on Schneider. So we will get an inbound coming underneath. We've seen the pace slow up just a bit here in this fourth quarter. Gets it in for Umar, who lost the handle. He was corralled by Cochran, but now back to Umar. His runner layup no good as he was fading away towards the right baseline. Now up ahead, Ransom blows by Willis. Left-hand layup up and good. Malachi Ransom with a full head of steam towards the right block and really putting the icing on the cake, or the wrapping on the present, if you will. Jones' three is cashed. Blake Jones from the right wing. We're going to get a timeout coming here, but it has been all Trojans here tonight. They're up by almost 30. So a little over 3 minutes to play here in this game. Tom Hill, Josh Regan here on the call on Regan Corner Sports Network.
Welcome back here in the fourth with 3:19 to go here. I'm with Thomas Hill.
Ransom nifty move, steps back, and now gives it up to Elliott down low. Cosbate back out to Ransom. A little over 3 minutes to play here. Trojans looking to just put the final touches on this big-time win here at home in their home opener, season opener. Program that has really developed over the last couple of years. Pushing in on two blue jerseys. Now the swing. Ransom, top of the key three. Too strong. Pulled away by Willis. Up ahead, outlet. Gibson lays it up and has it blocked from behind. So Ransom will take it up the other way. 2.5 to play here in this quarter. Elliott, three. No good. Off the front rim. Pulled away by Chesterton. Offensive rebound. Swinging it around again. Cosbate thought about it. And now the dish to Elliott. Some confusion as he cut. So it'll be stolen by Omar. Picks up his dribble at the right baseline. Cochran, three. Way off. Rebound pulled in by the Trojans. I believe we're going to get a timeout coming from Chesterton. So despite the big lead, they want to talk things over at the 2:11 mark. And maybe with some new players in trying to, get some plays up or see what they have. Obviously, this is a good time to get some guys some run here, Josh. Guys who don't typically play those big-time minutes.
Okay, yes, Tom. It's a great chance of getting those players that usually don't play in this situation to kind of get a more varsity experience in this situation, especially young players.
Stolen away, coast to coast. Layup up, rolling right around the rim, and he can't hit. Everything right but finished there, and down low and laying it up and in. An easy 2 points for Tarnowski. Extending that lead even further. Shot is up and good. So we're going to get another stoppage here. Timeout on the floor. 69-42. A lot of stoppages, though, these last couple of minutes or so.
Absolutely. As they're trying to get different plays going. Okay. Welcome
Minute and
back.
a half to play here. Elkhart implementing a bit of a full court press. And he's waning. About 90 seconds left in this game, a little more. Driving in, left-hand layup, no good. Offensive rebound, puts it up, no good again. Another shot is up. I believe a foul is called, and it'll be a shooting foul. Foul is called on Trayvon Omar, so free throws will be coming here for Tommy Cospe.
There's a lot of things I've liked when I've seen Elkhart. It's just, it looks a little bit like they're unconditioned for the type of offense and defense they like to play.
You know, especially getting downhill, and something we've seen a lot from this Chesterton team. If you want to play that downhill style, it starts with shooters and guards who can really drive and get the defense to crash. And we've seen that in little pockets here. Right on cue here from Willis as he's able to force the contact, but just not at the same level that we've seen from Chesterton. And that's why the game score is so out of hand at 70-42. And this is an Elkhart team that you can see some of the talent, Josh, but it's just not truly formed yet, as Willis can't hit on the first free throw. Losing 81-41 to Northridge and now allowing 70 points, where their struggles lie is on the defensive end.
Absolutely.
Still pressing here, but Ransom's able to blow by it. Now under a minute to play here in this game. Ransom swing, Cospade at the right wing, pressed by the smaller Umar. And a swing here to Josh Wadowski, who's getting some playing time. Ransom full head of steam, kick out, right corner three, no good, way off from Peyton Tarnowski, but an offensive rebound. Sets up the Trojans for another shot here with 34 seconds left to play in the game. But it'll be stolen and put up on the board by Elkhart. Marcus Gibson gets one there at the end. Ransom swing out, 18 seconds left to play. Trojans will pick up their first win of the year. It's their first game of the year. As Ransom will hold this, and that will take us to the end of the game. The Chesterton Trojans all over the Elkhart Lions. They win by a score of 70-43. We've seen shooting. We've seen scoring down low. We've seen a phenomenal defensive effort, great offense from a lot of different Chesterton players. Logan Pokerny, Jalen Watt.